you're a Town Hall 9 with mid-level heroes and you're looking for one army to dominate them all, then I have you covered. These are the steps that you're going to be taking to take down any base, okay? You're going to pick a place to enter, okay? And you are going to start on either side of your entry with 2 witches and 2 healers behind them and allow them to clear some buildings. Then you're going to drop your golem right where you want to enter with a line of witches, a line of wizards, and your heroes. And then you're going to access the base using wall breakers and the spells, whether you're using jumps or earthquakes. And then once your bowlers make it into the middle of the base, you're simply going to use rage and heal so that they can do a whole bunch of damage in the core. Once that's done, your witches will be able to overwhelm what is left. Now here are the troops you're going to be using. For this attack we're going to be using bowlers in the clan castle because they are going to be the majority of your DPS once you get your troops into the middle of the base. Now you may or may not be using wall breakers depending on whether you need wall breakers to access the entire base. You may want to use quakes or jumps depending on what gets you through the entire base. And if you don't need 4 spell space to access the whole base, then you will want to consider bringing an extra rage. That extra rage can rage your wall breakers in the beginning. It can also help your troops kill the clan castle when they first enter the base. Obviously your healers are to help your flanking witches, and then your wizards are just to boost the DPS you have, since witches are not the hardest hitting things. They're more of a tank given they constantly respawn the skeletons. So I have 3 replays for you today, and for the first one we have this pretty tight base, okay? So when scouting, you want to consider where you're going to be using your spells. Oz here is going to be using the jump spells. He's going to put one right over here, and he's going to put one right over here, which will access the entire base. The last thing he needs to do is break through this first wall, which is why he has those 5 wall breakers. So I'll hit play here, and since he's entering right here, he sends his flanking witches first, and he gives them a little bit of time to take out a few buildings here. Now he puts his golem here. He's going to put a line of witches behind. He's going to put a line of wizards behind for a little extra DPS. He's going to break it open. And he's in. And as soon as he knows that his bowlers are going to go in, he drops them. So they go straight into the base. He has his jump there so that nothing walks unnecessarily. And he's going to be smart about his poison. He puts both poisons down just to make sure that his bowlers don't die. You really want to protect those bowlers, which is why he both rages and heals them, which gets them through those giant bombs, and the bowlers are just going to go ham on the inside of this base. Now as you can see, this flank is still doing well. You still have 2 witches on this side as well, and most of the defenses are gone. So this is what I'm talking about. If you get the bowlers into the middle, you rage and heal them, then the flanks will be able to take out what is left over, and that's how most of these attacks usually end. For our second replay, we have another 100% maxed base. And again, we see his witches are over here, so if you're paying attention, stop the video and tell me where he's entering. His flanking witches here, flanking witches here. Obviously, he's going to be entering in between them. He's going to give his flanking witches just a little bit of time to clear a couple buildings. He's going to put his golem, and once he has adequate tanking, he is going to drop his wizards and his witches. Preferably witches first, just for the extra skeleton tankage. But there are the wall breakers, and then all he needs is 2 spells to get through the rest of the base. And he drops his wizards to make sure that dragon doesn't do too much damage to his tanky troops, like his golem and his barbarian king. And again, he just rages and heals to get the bowlers to do an enormous amount of damage once they get into the middle. And of course, he has the second heal, which is going to get him through the rest of the base here. And as you can see, these flanks are alive and well. Right? There's really nothing threatening them. All you really need is at least a little bit of your main push through the middle to survive, along with one of your flanks, and you should be just fine. So on to our third and last replay. Again, 100% max base, and this replay was particularly brutal, right? Again, step by step, Very simple. You have the witches on either side, and Oz, by the way, is in school right now, so he's really busy. So when he's in school, he just cooks this up so that he's ready to smash any base. And at Town Hall 9, that's where we're at. This army will crush any base. You may get unlucky every now and then, but as long as you follow the step-by-step process, you should be just fine. So again, smart poison placement, and I honestly, so in all these replays, Oz has been putting both of his poisons on the clan castle troops. I don't recommend that. I recommend putting the high level poison from your clan castle on those troops, and use the extra spell slot to cook a freeze and freeze the clan castle so they actually stay in that high level poison for a little bit longer. By the time the freeze wears off, the poison will have taken full effect and the clan castle troops will be very slow. And this goes for killing the clan castle with any kind of push, whether it's a kill squad or a P.E.K.K.A. smash or anything like that. Now notice he put the heal a little bit later. That's usually good because it's going to keep the bowlers alive a little bit longer here, okay? And you're going to see this turns out to be a brutal overkill, even more so than the last two that we saw, okay? So if you are looking for one army to rule them all, an army that is so strong that it's actually cheap in my opinion, then this is the army I recommend. Okay, there's no excuse at Town Hall 9. So witches have had TH9 broken for a very long time, okay? So as long as you follow these steps, then your hit rate should be very high. This is why witches are not allowed in tournaments, and if anyone from Supercell does stumble upon this video, for f***'s sake, please nerf these level 2 witches. They have absolutely annihilated Town Hall 9 play, for those of us who aren't playing in Town Hall 9 leagues. Now the best thing about witches is there are one or two other strategies using them that you can just take into any base and smash it. So if this video helped you to learn how to use this troop, and I helped you shatter TH9, then leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more guides like this.